What's up, guys? It's me, Rick, from Rick Does Things, and I'm here with another video, this time on my Six Flags 2019 predictions. So, for 2019, there's a lot of possibilities. I think there's a lot of stuff that's just completely up in the air, and I thought I would give my 2 cents on it before the announcement comes out. But I just want to make a quick, really small announcement about some upcoming videos this week. Or maybe even next week, just coming really soon. I'm going to have reviews for Wicked Cyclone, because I just hit 150 rides on that. Superman the Ride, because I just hit 50 on that. Lake Compounds as coasters, so Boulder Dash and Phobia Fear Coaster. And I think that's it for now. But this video is my Six Flags 2019 predictions, and we'll go in order of my ranking of the Six Flags parks from worst to best. So yeah, let's just get into it. And LaRonde and Great Escape are reversed. I like LaRonde more than the Great Escape. Just wanted to clarify that. I made a mistake in the PowerPoint. So here we go. On the first page, I have Tourbillon and Skywarp and a Raptor, because I think these will all be coming to more Six Flags parks. So LaRonde, I don't think we'll get anything. Mainly because they had such a big issue with the 2018 attraction that they were adding when they were supposed to get 3 carnival rides and they ended up only getting 1. I think that's a big issue, and they don't want to have to deal with issues like that again. So yeah, that's just probably not going to get anything. If it's anything, it'll just be another one of those carnival rides, I bet. So we'll just move on to the next slide. This is like I said, these last two first two slides are flipped in my order. So I think the Great Escape is going to get some stupid small flat. I do think Six Flags has plans for the Great Escape. I think they will be getting a coaster at some point, because it's been 15 years at this point since they've gotten the Canyon Blaster back in 2003, and then they got a kiddie coaster, but I don't really want to count that. The last major coaster they got was in 2003, which is way too long ago. It's going to be 15, going on 16 years. And I do think that this is my home park, so they do need something different, and I talked about that in my park problems video on this park. But I do think it'll be something stupid like a Tilt-A-Whirl or another water park expansion even. Who knows? That's like, this one is the most up in the air out of all of them. Oops, sorry. Ooh. St. Louis, I think they're going to get a family ride. You know, Six Flags really doesn't care about these bottom parks too much, and I do think they're just going to get something stupid like this Zamperla thing. These are fun, though. These are really fun. They have one at Lake Compounds. That's very nice. Okay. So, since Darien Lake and Frontier City are brand new, I don't think they're getting anything big. I think they're just going to get something like a Macho Nacho burrito at each location. I think they're just going to start converting them to a Six Flags park. Obviously, they'll probably put this sign back up at Darien Lake and just like make logos and stuff. There's a lot to do with these parks. I think Darien Lake could be one of the elite parks if they just get like one good coaster, because they have Tantrum, which is good. Superman the Ride is obviously great. Really awesome area where you're just going over the water. But I think they should get rid of Viper or their SLC and just give something new. There's a lot they could do with Six Flags Darien Lake, and I think there's going to be some really awesome things coming for these two parks. But just since it's going to be their first year as Six Flags parks, I don't think they're getting anything too big besides like restaurants and theming and stuff. Alright, so Six Flags America, I think they're getting a Tourbillon. I think the Tourbillon is going to be the most common thing this year because they were really successful in their 2 locations. I really liked... Sorry, I'm yawning so much. I didn't get much sleep last night. But the Cyborg Cyberspin ride is actually very fun. I like it a lot. I think it's one of the better rides that was added this past year. I highly recommend it, and I think everybody should go check these out when they come to their parks, because these things were such a success. You know, it's inevitable that we're going to get more of them. And we'll move on. Okay, so Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, I think they're going to get a drop tower. I'm showing the one at the Great Escape because I really like this drop tower. It's probably the best thing that the Great Escape has. but they don't have a drop tower at Discovery Kingdom, and it could fit on their 150-foot height limit. It's just, it would fit the park really well, and I think that it's about time they got one. Okay. Six Flags Mexico. Now we're getting into my silver medal park, so you can tell by the bar at the top being silver. That just kind of represents, like, these are almost elite parks. They're really close. They just need one more thing. Or, like, they're so close to being one of the best parks in the world. So Six Flags Mexico, I think they're going to get a Sky Warp, and I think this will be a great fit for Six Flags Mexico. I think that's exactly what the park would need right now. Their lineup is really becoming just one of the best in the world, and I think people should start looking at this park as one of the better ones in the chain. Alright, so the next one is Six Flags Over Texas. This is kind of a controversial pick to put them so low. I don't think they're as good as the other ones, though. Like, New Texas Giant is great, but, like, that's a video for another day. There's just kind of like a soft ranking. I think they're going to just get some stupid family ride. Nothing big. I don't think they're planning on giving Over Texas anything this year, but we'll see. Then we have Six Flags New England. This is almost definitely getting a Tourbillon. I'll explain why in a second, but I just want to say this is the closest park, I think, to being an elite park and one of the best in the world. This is my other home park. I go here all the time, and I think they have really amazing top 3 coasters with Superman and Wicked Cyclone and Batman. Batman is one of the most underrated coasters I've ever been on. But okay, so let me explain why I know they're going to get something like a Tourbillon on this. I think it's pretty clear that they're going to get something like this. Even though it's so close to Great Adventure, I do think it's very obvious that this is what they're going to get. And I think they're going to, well, it's going in their Gotham City area almost definitely, because they just got rid of their swing ride, the Gotham City Crime Wave. That's been there for years before that area was even called Gotham City. And now they have Joker, Harley Quinn, Riddler, Batman, and yeah, that's it. And Nightwing. Their slingshot is called Nightwing. But I think they're going to get a Tourbillon because that would, if you get rid of a little bit of Joker's switchbacks, because I've never seen the line go in those switchbacks, they have a really long queue there, and I've never seen it even close to filled up, even when it was like opening month of the ride for Joker. And you get rid of Crime Wave, that's already was just taken down, and it's the first park I've seen with construction already starting for their next ride, or at least just removal of another ride. Crime Wave is completely gone. It was just completely taken apart last time I went there, and I was surprised to see it. But I think that just shows that they're getting another flat ride, not a coaster. I think they're going to save that for next year when they're hitting a big anniversary. And I think they're going to put it in their DC Superhero Adventures area with Superman. Seems like they need another thing down there, or something near Wicked Cyclone. There's a lot that they could put in, but that's for 2020 for a new coaster. I think they're going to do it. But I think a Tourbillon would fit really well. They'll probably theme it to either Robin or one of the Batman villains. I think Two-Face on a design like this would be awesome. Maybe Mr. Freeze or Scarecrow or something. I think it would fit really well. And they sell drinks for like Mr. Freeze and Scarecrow, so I wouldn't be surprised. And Two-Face. But let's just move on. Okay, so now we're getting into the gold parks, but we're at Six Flags Great America. I think that they are getting an SNS launch because of all that rumor that's been going around. Pretty much everybody's predicting an SNS launch for this place. One of the few coasters that'll be coming out this year, I think. I don't think there's going to be many, but I don't think we're getting more free spins or super loops. I think that's completely unlikely and just won't happen. No more super loops. Thank God. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, like, this has been talked about extensively in several other videos, but we have a strong reason to believe that Six Flags Great America will be getting an SNS launch. Okay. Six Flags Over Georgia, one of the most underrated parks in the chain. I think they're getting a giant discovery. They have this awesome coaster collection, but they don't have too many fantastic flat rides. And I'm a huge fan of giant discoveries. I love giant discoveries. They're my, like, Harley Quinn's Insanity at Six Flags New England is my fourth favorite ride at the park. I love that thing. So much fun. Right behind the top three coasters. And I think that that's exactly what Six Flags Over Georgia needs. I'm just hoping that they don't theme another damn ride to Harley Quinn, because she got, like, what, 15 already? She's not even that interesting of a character, but whatever. Yeah. It just makes sense that they'd get a giant discovery. There's no way Six Flags is going to stop with them, with how popular they are. Okay, Six Flags Fiesta Texas. I think they are going to get a Sky Warp. It would just fit the park really well. One of very few parks I actually predicted to get a Sky Warp, because a lot of people predicted, like, every park is going to get a Sky Warp. These are the new Super Loops. I genuinely don't think so. Sure, they're cheap, and sure, Six Flags bought a few of them, but I do not think they're going to every single park. Like the Great Escape, no way they're going to get something as good as this. But, okay, we'll just move on. I think that Six Flags Fiesta Texas will get a Sky Warp. There's plenty of space for it. It doesn't take that long to construct. Obviously, they just made the prototype at Discovery Kingdom, and it's about to open. There's a lot of stuff that would just fit this park, but I think the Sky Warp fits it best. Maybe even a Tourbillon, but I'm thinking Sky Warp. Alright, Six Flags Magic Mountain. So, this one, pretty much everybody in the coaster community knows about. If you don't, I'll just explain it really quickly. Everybody thinks that their 20th coaster will be a Mack Hyper Coaster and will be going in the area near Apocalypse. Just clearing that area out on the map. I think that that is almost definitely what's going to happen. A lot of people have been saying a Mack Mega. I think it's going to be a Mack Hyper. I think that is the most likely thing. And I just put up this random Mack Hyper, but I think this would be an awesome layout type thing for Six Flags. I believe this is the first ever Mack coaster at a Six Flags, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I think this is a perfect 20th coaster because Magic Mountain needs something different. Because a lot of their coasters are crap, I'm not going to lie. Like their Zack Spin, Viper, a lot of their coasters are just garbage. They just are really, really bad. But mainly they're Zack Spin and Viper. But they count as coasters, and they're number one coaster. Like, they have the most amount of coasters in the world. Alright, let me explain why I think they're getting a Mack Hyper. I'm getting sidetracked. I think that they're getting a Mack Hyper because, as a lot of people know, there was a video that Mack made saying that they're selling a $20 million coaster to someplace in California, and out of all the options, Knott's literally just got a coaster, so that's completely unlikely. California's Great America just got a coaster, that's completely unlikely. There's no way a Disney park would ever invest in something this good because their Disney rides are just so bad. Universal, no way. It's not happening. But I think as everybody thinks, Magic Mountain is the best option. Discovery Kingdom just isn't a good enough park. And they would invest $20 million into their 20th coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain. It just makes sense. And I think Mack is a really good choice. I've always thought Mack was a really good choice. If it's Mach, whatever, but I say Mack. Six Flags Great Adventure, my personal favorite theme park in the world. So, there's a lot of options for this park. Nobody can really decide on one thing. I've heard all four of these different options. So, I've just heard single rail coaster. And since Six Flags Great Adventure's coaster lineup is so strong, I don't think they'd just get a Raptor. I think they would be the first park to get a T-Rex. There were actually some leaks on Reddit that said that they're probably getting a T-Rex. So that would make sense. If those leaks are real, I don't even know. We'll have to wait till the 30th to find out. But a Raptor would be awesome. I'd be fine with just a Raptor. I go there a few times a year, so I'd love to have a Raptor to ride. That'd be my first time riding a Raptor, so that'd be awesome. If it was a T-Rex, that'd be way cooler, but, you know. Obviously, a Sky Warp is always an option. That's probably the most common thing I'm hearing right now. And the other option is a Giant Discovery. I'd say that's the least likely out of these four options. I do think Great Adventure is getting something big this year, and I do think it's going to be a Raptor or a T-Rex. Those are my top two options. They're the most likely, if you ask me. But I just don't think they're going to get a Giant Discovery when New England, which is just a few hours away got one very recently. It's unlikely if you ask me. But I think there's a lot of options for this park, and these are just the four most likely. But the Giant Discovery is the least likely out of the four. Overall, I think this would be a great addition to the park, no matter what it is. I don't think they would do anything small for Great Adventure at the moment, with how popular it's becoming and how it's becoming more and more recognized by the coaster community every year. And the only things that there's really complaints about is that Ka is worse than Dragster. I prefer Ka over Dragster, but that's just me. And that their policies on what you can and can't bring into the park, like their TSA people, are just really annoying, which I can agree with. I don't care. I don't really bring in my cameras to parks or anything like that. I just stick around and follow the rules. That's me. But yeah, I think Great Adventure is getting something really big this year. Obviously, the smallest addition out of all of this would be the Sky Warp, but it'd still be just like one of the first Sky Warps in the world. So it's likely, but it's like what they did with Joker, where Great Adventure, I think, was possibly the first place to get a Joker, or at least one of the first. I think it's very likely that they'll get T-Rex or Raptor, though. Just be cool. I don't know. But thank you guys for watching this video. That got a bit longer than I expected it to. Thanks. Bye.